Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rental Regrets. As always, I'm your host, Victory Nub, and today we are looking at Sküljagger, Revolt of the Westicans. I think I said the name right. Sküljagger. It might be Sküljagger. There's an umlaut over the A, or the U. It's a Sküljagger. Whatever. Developed by Real-Time Associates, published by ASC Games, and released in the United States in October of 1992. Sküljagger is a pirate-esque action game that follows the adventures of Storm Jaxon as he attempts to free the island nation of Westica from the iron grip of the Kiltish Army and their despotic ruler, Captain Lucius Khan Sküljagger. Sküljagger and the Kiltish Army conquered Westica a decade earlier, and the people have been forced to work in the island's jemerald mines ever since. The titular revolt of the Westicans is kicked off when Storm finds and steals a magical sword that belonged to Captain Sküljagger, causing him to retaliate against the people by canceling their treasured holiday, Mask Day. Mask Day was the one day of the year in which the people were granted a reprieve from work in the mines and allowed to dress up in masks that legends say made the wearers invisible. Ooh. If this story sounds deeper than a side-scrolling Super Nintendo action game really needs, you have no idea how much it was written out. To supplement the game, Real-Time Associates included in the instruction manual a 72-page story write-up, ostensibly to encourage children that received this game to actually read more. The reward for kids that actually went through the incredibly long yarn was that the Westican Revolt was a series of secret messages written backwards that often described hidden items, secret rooms, passwords, and cheat codes to help players. Credit where credit is due. Real-Time Associates was trying some outside-the-box thinking when they came up with this gimmick. First of all, it allowed them to create a dense story featuring a full cast of characters, both good and bad, almost none of which actually appear in the game. Second, it incentivized parents leery of spending money on yet another game with no educational value, as the child would very likely read the story if there was a tangible reward hidden within. Third, it created a logical means of conveying the secret codes and passwords that developers always hid in their games, which were traditionally communicated to gaming publications to make them publicly known. Here, you just read the story and find them yourself. Novel idea, right? I mean, how often did they actually give you the codes inside the instruction manual? Almost never. Is the game fun? We're gonna find out. My memory of the game is it wasn't all that great. Now, what I would say, and this is something that I guess I didn't realize by comparison to the many, many games that we've looked at on the channel at this point on the Super Nintendo, the soundtrack's not too bad. At least what you hear at the beginning here. Maybe in-game it gets worse, but it's been a while since I've played this. This is one of those games. We'll go ahead and get started here. We'll just do player one start, that's fine. This is one of those games when I was concepting Rental Regrets as a series literally dedicated to all the games that I used to rent on a regular basis. That was on the must-play list. It was one that I must have rented a dozen times, and for whatever reason, knowing full well that I thought it was a bad game and it wasn't really worth the amount of time and money that I put into it, I kept coming back to it, coming back to it, coming back to it. Maybe there is something there that I just wasn't being honest with myself about, and we're going to find out today as we're looking at it. I'm not counting on that, but it is possible that I had bad memories in the past, and maybe they're a little bit more softened with time. "Crush that foolish cockroach!" Sküljagger shouted, cupping his twisted mouth with both hands. "I must have that sword back! I must!" I'd like to thank the Academy for giving me this beautiful Academy Award. No! Oh, the soundtrack does get after it. Alright, I got a jemerald. That's one of the items that you use in this game to attack with. There are ones that give you, I think, or maybe it's bubblegum, that there's like bubblegum that you can find in this game, and it gives you like the ability to fly, makes you invincible, a whole bunch of wacky stuff. God damn, the soundtrack gets after it. Whee! Alright, so I got 2 shots. I guess that means... Oh, okay, cool. There's a third there, so, I mean, that's got to add a third shot, right? Right? Oh, yeah, it does. Now, why is your sword shooting gems out at the enemies? I don't know. It's a video game. Try not to think too hard about it. Now, the question that I'm sure you have to ask if you're looking at, I lost all my jemeralds! Dick. The question that I'm sure you have to ask when you're talking about a game with such a ridiculously long story included in the instruction manual is, did I ever actually read it? No, I didn't. Part of the reason for that, and this is a game that I would have rented at a local video store that was called Family Video when I was younger, they had a habit of doing something where instead of putting the actual instruction manual in the game case at the rental store, because they knew that, you know, kids are stupid and they would basically lose the instruction manual and then you have nothing to put in the case in the future, they would actually photo scan, you know, use a copier to make scans of every single page of the instruction manual, staple together and shove a, you know, a crude copy of it into the... I just died. And shove that into the game box. What they probably did with this one, because I honestly don't remember seeing the instruction manual, if they did put it in there at all, what they probably did was they just scanned the pages that told you how to play the game, and that was it. So instead of having what ended up being like an 80-page manual all told, they included the 8 pages that actually had like instructions on how the controls worked and what the objective was, and that's it. I cannot imagine they put a full 80-page photocopied copy of the instruction manual in there. Even if it had, you know, instructions on how to get special power-ups and stuff in there. Why does it look like he's wearing, like, a skunk on top of his hair? He's got a bandana, and he's got, like, an extra cap over the hair. Now, one of the weird things about this game is the enemy, yes, does dress in, like, full iron, what looks like Roman gladiator armor, and they use guns that are more... Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Whoa! No! Ho, 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 you jerk. Get you! Damn it! He shot my feet. I got cherry bubblegum. I don't remember what it does. I will say this, and this is something that I think is very important when you're making an action game, especially like a side-scrolling game like this. If you're going to make a game with pretty simplistic setup and controls, make them very functional. In that case, this game succeeds mightily because it is very controllable. Like, I feel like it's extremely responsive when you press all the buttons. There's no delay in the action. When you press the attack button, you swing. There is no, like, wind up and, gotta wait for the animation to play. Physics for the character are not super wonky and unwieldy. Oh! Jerk. I love that the Westican army, or no, what are they? The Kiltish Army is decked out in beautiful, what is that, fuchsia? I think that's a halfway marker, the blue thing. Alright, jerk. I'll get you. Yeah, how's that feel? I mean, this is a fantastic soundtrack. It's energetic. It's got good use of the synthesized instruments on it. Oh, damn. And this is just the first stage, and it is freaking huge. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Ah, I got shot! I did notice that the green gems, which act as like a coin counter, and if you get like, I think 50 of them, you get an extra life. They do seem to disappear every time you get hit. Like, yeah, oh, damn it. Oh, this should have given you more than one hit if you had nothing. Give me one gem so I could take a bonk. Don't get shot. All right, we're good. All right, there's my one hit. Don't let the bug touch you. Can I... Oh, nope. I don't want to do that. Okay. Oh! Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's right. Run, coward. No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm not going to make it out of the first stage. That may be why I didn't like the game. Oh, shoot! Okay, so important to note, while you're swinging your sword, you stop all momentum while you're in midair. I think I have to restart the whole game. Oh god, here he comes, Sküljagger, no! He got me. Alright, there's a continue. For what little good it'll do me, since I'm still in the very first level. Dun na 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 dun. ActRaiser, this ain't. Alright, we should actually use the bubblegum to show what it does. The first one I get, I'm using it. Oh, come on. There you go. Oh, good lord. So these are the quote-unquote jemeralds that the island is festooned with. Whee! Ow, my ankles. Gotcha. Alright, there's our first gum. We gotta use it. Alright, so we just chew, chew. Not sure what I'm supposed to do! Oh god! Oh god! I've turned into a big purple bouncy ball! This doesn't seem like a power-up, it seems like a power-down. I'm sure they put that in there because they didn't want to make any references to, like, alcohol and tobacco and what was ostensibly made to be a kid's game. This is a weird choice. I guess those don't hurt. They look like they should hurt, but they didn't. Get out of here, kid. Yeah, let's just keep going this way. Whatever. But we're making progress. Oh, I forgot to use the orange. Okay, so it's a grenade, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you don't. No, no, no! Alright, got him. Whew! Whee! Alright, Alright, so you can only get 3 red gems. Watch, I have to probably get like 50 green gems in order to get an extra life out of them. And of course, every time you take a single hit, this isn't Sonic, you lose all of them and you can't get them back. I do like you could, like, hit the bullets that the enemy shoots to stop them. I just wish there was maybe a little bit more of a warning or a wind-up on them. So I knew, oh, it's coming. Whoa! Oh, got him. Alright, cool. We made it to whatever this is! Ah, damn. Alright, well, we got that back. Oh, no, you don't. I said, oh, no, you don't! There's a secret mechanic. Well, not a secret mechanic, but a mechanic in this game that involves shooting enemies with this gun. Which, of course, isn't going to work if he's not coming back this way. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Don't you? No, no, no. Get him. I got him. Bang. Get him. Get him. Oh, no, you don't. Yep, yep. This is one of those things that I think they'll never try to get super accurate in video games because it's just not fun. It takes forever to reload a cannon. Like, oh. Hey, 1-up. I'll take that. I think cannons, even if you were really, really good back in the day, back in the Age of Sail, when they were, like, at their most advanced with the cannon technique and the actual design of them, took, like, 1 or 2 minutes to actually, like, prep it and then fire. Part of the reason for that is, of course, when you were using a cannon, and you kept, you know, firing shots out of the same barrel over and over, it heated up, so you would have to actually swab the inside of the barrel to cool it back down. And if you shot it too many times, eventually you would have to stop using it or the barrel would deform and then you can't use it anymore. So that is something that they'll just never try to emulate in any game that involves cannon use, because they would rather it be fast and functional over realistic. I was so worried I fell off a pit there, and it's like, I'm doing so good right now. I mean, this level is comically ridiculous. I think I just found a secret room. Ah! He is wearing something over his hair. Alright, we're in the Jemerald mines now, I guess. Not a very big area. They only give you 99 seconds to finish it. Again, one of those things that video games never seem to get right is they tell you that you have a time limit, and they represent it in, you know, digits that never seem to line up with exact seconds. Like, the current one is maybe going, like, half speed. So, like, 1 tick on the timer is 2 seconds. I'm also happy that it seems like every time I pick up one of those blue gems, it's giving me more time on the timer so that I don't actually run out of time just exploring. This game actually wanted you to explore its levels. I'm looking at you, last action hero. Whee! Oh, that guy tried to bum rush me. He has a gun, but he doesn't know how to use it. He must be a villain out of a Christopher Nolan Batman film. Ah, seriously, why the hell did they give him guns? What is that face? He's like, ah! All right, you know what? I'm ready to admit without getting any further into the game, I'm actually having fun with this. Maybe it was better than I thought. He's in Roop's warehouse, a Kiltish sailor called. Company Blitz, take the front. Company Ravage, the back. That's right, you ravaged the back, dirty girl. Whoop! Alright, we're in the jungle, I guess. Oh. Oh, 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 ooh, 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 oh, shoot! Jump the gap. Alright, so I can still break their stuff by swatting at it. I'm guessing I can climb this? I cannot. Yes, I can. Alright, so the grenades didn't really seem to do much. Get out of here. Get my shot back. Oh! Gotcha. Wait! Oh, that is some skill. Nope, didn't hit him. I hope I'm supposed to be going up, because that is the direction we're going. That guy seems to be dressed very sassy. High black boots, man. Very high. Yep, this is the right way. God, every song on this soundtrack, they just went after it. They said, make the biggest banger you can. Just ham it up. You're the keyboardist from Yes. You don't know what the difference is between the different keys, but you're gonna hit all of them. Oh, no, I cannot go in there. That kind of was not a good choice to stand in front of. Alright. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know what this is supposed to do. Besides make it look like he's blowing a red balloon. Oh, yeah, fillet that balloon. Oh! Alright, keep moving. Ah! Cool, I got another one. Alright, so I can get some lift. Some lift. Kind of. Sort of. God, why do I get the feeling there's something down here? This seems like secret room heaven right here. Like there's something in one of these barrels. But I'm not seeing it. I feel like the guy who wrote the soundtrack for this said, I'm gonna make my magnum opus. This is going to be the song that everyone thinks about when they think of greatest songs in the history of music. Oh, cool. Alright, so you can break the torches, which I don't think I had been trying to do at this point. Oh, he tried, but he failed. Alright, well that's not a breaking torch. Maybe it's just some of them. I got an extra life at some point from the green gems, but I didn't see how many I had to pick up to get it. Oh god. Yeah! Alright, well, the orange paid off finally. I don't know what that was. I hope it was a good thing that I got free without touching. We did it! Ah! All right, let's do it. You're crazy if you think you can steal Sküljagger's sword, Sküljagger cried, rushing through the steep streets of Tuskamesh. You stinking pond slum! Slum? Scum? Whatever. Did I make any progress? I feel like I just went to the same spot. I go in the door. I cannot. I show you all these open doors and then you can never actually go in any of them. Pim's Bakery. I wonder if the bread is really small. That's a Marvel joke. Ah! Get it. Oh! Come on. Do your thing. Gotcha. Taking a big risk. Didn't pay off. Wait a minute. There's something up here. Which I can't get to. Yet. Can I jump to this? Oh, yes, I can. No, 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 no. Ow! No. Oh, that was close. Gotcha. All right, so we have no idea what this does yet. It's a balloon, which I didn't make very good use of. One up! Oh my god, I'm gonna beat the game today. There's no chance in hell. This game is huge. That's a ninja! There are ninjas on this island. How do I get up there? Can I get up there? Maybe not. Alright, I'm starting to hear some weird pops and crackles. Let me do a save state real quick. I don't normally do these on these one-off series like Nub's Collection and Rental Regrets, but I'm having fun and I don't want to lose my progress. Get up there. And ooh, get those jemeralds. That is one of the goofiest looking ninjas of all time. It looks like he's got to take a dump and he doesn't want to, like, squidge it. Take it slow. I'm gonna make it to the bathroom. I will get some extra gems. I don't know how many you need. 25 maybe? I'm walking on big floating boulders. Nice. Yeah, let's keep going this way. Whoa! I think I have to hit that thing. Whatever it is. It's a manticore. Oh, get him, get him, get him! Ah, I didn't. Got him! And of course he got hit so high I can't get that. Damn. I mean, I can't use it, but I still want it. I earned it. You know, graphically, this is not a pretty game, but I'm actually enjoying what I'm experiencing at this point. Now let's save before I lose everything to this boss and then get really annoyed. Ah, I got a lime! I want to see what the lime does. Probably should have kept the grape. Grape is useful. Oh, God! I don't know who this is, but he's really weird looking. And he hit me. Alright, try the lime. If I still have it? Or do I have to pick another one up? No, I still got it. I'll see what I... Whoa, God! Well, this is what I should have done. I should have used that. Second he was on screen. Go. Alright, that was good for 5 hits. I cannot hit his axes, which sucks. Was there another gem I could pick up? Cherry, which does nothing to help me, really. Oh, too much. Too much juice. Ow! He bum rushes you. That's not cool. Alright, I think I found the first real bad problem with this game. Hey! Which is that you don't seem to have much chance against the bosses in this game. They all seem to be way too strong. Come on. Whack him a few more times. One more time. One more time. Ah! Oh, popped right on him! I'm losing all my lives with this guy. You know what? We're going to reload. We're going to reload this because I had a purple, and the purples are real damn good. Real damn good. We got to use that to our advantage. And go. Yeah, you like walking on top of me, jackass? How's that feel? How's that feel? How's that feel? It's over. It's over. Purple wins. Purple wins, you dick. Yeah, bye, Sküljagger. Whee! Ah! Cruel man, cruel bird. Alright, I don't know if we'll make it all the way to the next boss fight. If we do, we'll probably call it there. Let's see what we can get done. The revolution has begun. Tuskamesh Harbor was covered with wood from demolished jemerald crates. There'd be a real mess in the morning. That is, if they lived to see the morning. I really need to use some darker colors in that image. It really looks just kind of flat. Alright, so a repeating song, not great. Come on. You guys got the juice. That is 25 for an extra life. Alright. Well, you gotta go a long way in this game to get... There's the ninja again. Get to the point where you get an extra life without taking a single hit. That is so many. Again, these guys don't seem like threats in any way whatsoever. They just kind of walk back and forth. I mean, he does some cool spin moves and karate kicks, but of course, my sword has incredible range plus a jemerald shot. The mast on this ship is impractical. Ah, damn. Gotcha. Ah, he cost me everything! You dirty bastard. Take a little... Oh, you shithead. What I get for all the tough talk about how not difficult they were to kill. Alright, what do we got? Oh. And there's a save point. Oh, damn it! The bats and rats are doing all the serious work there. Whee! Oh, well, what the? I broke the game. What the hell happened? Uh-oh. The soundtrack, which was already pure chaos, just became even more chaotic. Oh god, no! It broke! The game broke! This is so wacky! There's too much noise! I should have saved before we got in here. I don't know how to stop it. I guess finish the level? Oh, I missed again. Damn you! Oh, crap. I underswung his shot. Damn it! Every time, that f***ing bat. Alright, let's make this jump. Make this jump. This is chaos. Catch! Cool. See if we can get out of this damn level as fast as possible so we can get... Yes! Please end the chaos. It didn't! No! Wait. Oh, thank you. Oh, my ears. They needed that. Storm dropped straight down into the deepest part of the ship and tumbled to the damp floor, gasping for breath. Snap rats! He shouted, leaping to his feet. Is that supposed to be like a curse back in olding times? Olding times? Oh, yeah, this is a good song. I mean, I haven't really heard a bad song at this point, but this is a really, really good song. Oh, damn it. I knew as soon as I took that step. Get out of here. Uh-oh. Get him, get him. Oh, I like that he's dropping gems every time I kill him. Gotcha. Oh, get up to the top. Oh, you sniping little rat bastards. Oh, I kind of like that. I thought for a second there that if I remembered correctly, as soon as you start pressing the attack button for this, you kept shooting. And I was right. And we found a secret treasure map. And an identical secret treasure map right next to it. Oh, god damn it. It's always the little bitty enemies in this game that get you. Alright. Thank you. You don't have to keep mocking me. Let me play the game now. I know, I screwed up. It's the one that drops a gem every time? Oh yeah. Those free gems, baby. Get him. Oh, stop doing it! I swear, every time I've died at this point has been... I'm just gonna do this. Screw you. Kill all the bats. Every one of the bats. Oh, I can't get it. I want it. Give it to me. There we go. Hup. That little snipey bastard. Ooh. I could have and probably should have taken a hit there. This seems like it's set to explode, right? Whatever. How about below? No. How about below that? Ninja! Cool. Oh, damn it! Even when I know I'm gonna hit him, I still hit him. Table. Thank you. Don't know how I hit that thing underneath, but whatever. They're finally making the ninjas good. Cool. This is what the green mask apparently does. For realsies. Don't know how long it'll work for, but that's cool. Thank you. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Don't keep touching, you son of a bitch. Give me some gems. Thank you. I'll take the purple. Whee! Waiting for a bat to fly out of nowhere and clip my feet. Again. Bastards do it so many times. Let's go! Alright, nice. So, we've seen pirates, or at least we've seen weird Roman soldier analogs for pirates in this game. And we've seen ninjas. Now, when I was a teenager, 8,000 years ago, there was a game that we used to play, me and my friends, whenever we needed to determine who got front seat whenever we drove somewhere. You know, everyone probably traditionally played shotgun. You just yelled shotgun, and whoever yelled it first got the front seat next to the driver. Now, in the case of my friends, we decided that that wasn't complicated enough, so we made up a game called Pirate Ninja Cowboy. The way it worked is that if you wanted to call for the seat, you would say shotgun, and someone else would say, I contest. And then you would have to do a face-off, kind of like a duel, where you go back to back, take 3 steps, turn, and then you had to strike a pose corresponding to one of the 3 types. Either you were a pirate, where you would have a sword, like a cutlass in one hand, and you would swing it, kind of wave it back and forth and go, Yarr! If you were a ninja, you had to hold the sword above your head with both hands, kind of like having the tip of it pointed towards the enemy. Or if you were a cowboy, you had to hold a 6-shooter in each hand at the hips. And the way that we made it work is ninja beats pirate, pirate beats cowboy, cowboy beats ninja. The logic behind it didn't make sense. It was really just based on the really crude early internet age website realultimatepower.net, which made ninjas sound like superhuman beings that could strike the perfect rock song while also sprouting 10 billion boners is, I think, the joke that they had on the website. But their mortal enemy, according to the website, was pirates. And they never lost to pirates. They always won against pirates. And we needed something that made logical sense for a pirate to kill. And the theory was pirates had a sword but also a gun. So they kind of had the best of both worlds, but they weren't experts with the sword. And the sword that the ninja used was better than the sword of the pirate. And the pirate had versatility over the cowboy who just had 2 guns, so he got the kill with the sword. Again, don't question the logic. It wasn't meant to make sense. And the cowboy, because he had 2 6-shooters, could shoot the ninja without getting hit back. Again, it was a very crude game. But it worked out to do something more interesting than just yelling shotgun to get the front seat. There's one, a Kiltish soldier shouted, turning to follow Storm through the darkened streets of Tuskamesh. Don't let that vermin escape! And we're going to go right back to the exact same spot we've been the entire time. Surprise! Big island. Too bad they only go to the same 3 spots the entire game. Oh, no, you don't. I knew it. The second I stood up, he started shooting. Asshole. It's a coconut. Oh, it hit me. All right, so it's hit or be hit with those coconuts. Wow, I love how if you die, you fall through the entire map, no matter how comically large it is. Oh, no, you don't. Gotcha. Yep. And yep. Whee! Hey, there we go. We got that attack power back. And I just lost it. God damn. It seems like every time I take a big leap, I get punished on the bottom. And if you're a pirate that goes to realultimatepower.net, you get punished on the bottom as well. Hey, it's the manticore thing again. I better get a 1-up for this. Nope. Got him. No, it fell short. Oh. I don't think there is any adjusting the angle. You just shoot and hope for the best. Oh. Gotta be careful. He is firing real close to where I'm standing. Oh, that should have hit. I don't know what the range is, so it's hard to say whether or not I'm getting closer if I need to... Ooh. It's a simple and relatively inoffensive minigame, but honestly, they should have made this easier to hit the target. I'm just gonna have to give up in a second here, because there is a timer, and I need to finish the level before it runs out. Get out. Alright, we'll go to 120 and then I'm gonna give up. Oh, that was the closest we had been. Damn. Alright, just moving on. Ah, I got bonked on the noggin. Alright, keep going. Keep going. Come on. Let me play. Boy, they really have a long pause when you die. No. You thought I didn't see you coming? I knew. I ain't dumb. There's our midway point. Look at that. They give you 100 seconds every time you pick up one of those. That is generous. Alright, nope. Get out of here. Whoa! Alright, we'll give it one more try. Oh, every time I think I got it. Oh, of course the game had to crash. Okay. Well, tell you what, that's probably as good a spot as any to stop anyway, because we were not making really serious progress anymore. Because I was probably being a little bit too loosey-goosey and not focused enough. One of the things that I think this game struggles with, and maybe it's not necessarily a struggle, just more I need to be a little more conscientious of this when I'm running through levels, is there's no panning the camera up or down, so you can't see what's below you when you fall, and unfortunately you have a very large hitbox in this game. So if you fall into an enemy, you're almost always going to take the hit. Final thoughts on Sküljagger, whatever you want to call it, Revolt of the Westicans. I am beyond surprised. I didn't think this game was any good from my recollection of renting this game. The irony, of course, being this is one of those games that I rented on a regular basis, not necessarily because it was a good game, but because it was available. And that's, you know, sometimes the way that it worked out. You didn't always get, you know, Contra 3 Alien Wars. You didn't always get Super Mario RPG. You didn't always get Donkey Kong Country 2. You didn't get the ones you wanted whenever you wanted them. You got whatever was there. And especially if you went on a Friday or Saturday, and the stock of video games got wiped out. You just got whatever was left. And Sküljagger was almost always there. I am going to have to revise what I remembered about this game, because I actually had fun today. There's a kind of chaotic energy to the game that's not outside of the player's control if they're slow and patient. Now, of course, the way that the game handles, it tends to make you want to play fast and try to run through the level as fast as you can, but the timer on here is more than generous by comparison to certain other rental regrets games that we've looked at recently, like Last Action Hero. This one, not only can you take your time and explore the level and try to find secrets, which they wanted you to do because they hid a bunch of those secrets in the story for the game in the instruction manual, but every time you find one of those checkpoint gems, the blue ones, they give you another 100 seconds. And again, it's a pretty slow timer. I think one tick on that was probably 2, maybe even 3 seconds at a time. So you had a ton of time to explore levels. I like that they gave you a ranged attack, as goofy as it was presented, which is literally if you find red gems in the game and you swing your sword, you shoot red gems out of the sword. I don't get it, but I didn't design the game. I like that your money, as unfortunate as it works out, acts as a hit point counter along with your red gems. So if you take a hit and you have any red gems, those get taken away. If you take another hit and you had green gems, those get taken away. But you can tank some hits in this game, and you do find green gems all over the place. Now, ideally, they would have lowered the counter for how many green gems you had to get before you got an extra life down maybe to 20 even. I think 25 might have been a little bit high. But If you're good and you're playing clean and you're not taking hits and you manage to get 25 gems, you get an extra life. I love that. The segments where you're shooting the cannon, like where the game froze up on me here, I like the idea of it. I just don't think it played all that smooth when they used this smaller moving target, and it's hard to tell when exactly the shot is going to make contact. Because 2D games will never get this right, but it is impossible to gauge depth with 2D objects. I don't know how far away the cannonball has to be before it makes contact with that enemy. I don't know if it needs to hit him up high or real low in his arc. He usually is low when he's underneath where the cannonballs are flying to, but it seems like I got the shot perfect many times and it just kind of whiffed past him. So I have no idea what I was supposed to do to get the shots here. It was a lot easier to do it against the pirate ships in that very first level where we saw it, because the shot was going to hit that boat no matter what if it was directly in the line of fire of my cannon. I like that they gave you tangible rewards for actually wasting your time doing this. The first one we did, the pirate ship, gave me a 1-up. That was awesome. That was a great reward for that. I like that they gave you these weird fruits that gave you special powers. And I think with the exception of maybe the cherry, which was the one that made you float, all of them had some decent utility. I did find that beating a boss in one of in the very first area, it was almost a necessity to go in there with at least a grape, if not the lime, so that you could just fly around and get free hits without him retaliating. Because one of the bads on this game is the fact that the boss fight in here, the one that we saw, was damn near impossible to do without using the fruit power-ups to do damage to him, because he was attacking way too fast. My sword, for whatever reason, can stop every projectile that they ever shot at me, with the exception of his axes, which was just kind of a lame choice on their part, because you can't tell when he's going to throw an axe, and he throws them real fast, so it's impossible to dodge them. If they were going to make it that hard to beat him, they should have given him a smaller health bar, or the ability to block his axes, either by swinging high or only being able to block high if he shoots high, or only be able to block low if he shoots low. As it was, I think they made that way too difficult, and I would be surprised if anyone ever actually, when they rented this game, beat it, because those boss fights are just way too hard. Again, the soundtrack is astonishingly well done. Is it perfect? No, I think maybe they went a little bit too heavy on the high chip tune style keyboard sound in the background. I don't know if that fit the soundtrack necessarily, but I loved the bass that they used in this game. I thought it was really well done, and the drums as well. The songs were catchy and high energy, so they kept the stages feeling kinetic. Graphically, kind of an ugly game. And you would think, in a game that's supposed to be set in what looks like a Caribbean island setting, that everything being so lush and green and the beautiful blue water, that it would actually be a very beautiful game, but for some reason they just didn't get gradient very well in this game. Like, that water just kind of looks like a mess of blue and greenish tinged sections. It doesn't look like water I would ever want to go to. So, graphics were kind of a fail. Music was good. Again, I really like how the gameplay felt fast, but in your control. We talked early on when I was starting to get a feel for the controls. You can attack as fast as you can hit that button. And that's awesome because, again, you can block enemy projectiles in this game, so you want to be able to swipe at those bullets or whatever they're shooting at you as fast as you can to stop them from hitting you. That was a really good decision on their part, and again, I wish they'd made it work in the boss fights, but it is what it is. My regret for this game, and I never thought I would have said this when I started Rental Regrets as a side series, I regret not owning this game. I was having fun with it. I'm starting to, I guess this is why I rented it as many times as I did. Not just because it was in the store, but because the few times I rented it, because it was the only thing left in the store, I actually had fun. So, color me surprised. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally we'll play a game of Rental Regrets where I was expecting to be absolute dog water, and this game was genuinely fun. I had a good time playing this game today. So, hey, you know what? There's going to be some surprises and rental regrets when we're going through here. Either games that I remember being really good and then going back to and realizing that no, they were terrible. Or in the extremely rare case of the game today, Sküljagger, better than I remember it. So, hey, if you've never played Sküljagger before and you like, side-scrolling action games that are fun and have good music and control extremely well, which I didn't remember being the case today, but with the exception of my... Sorry, my throat is starting to fail. With the exception of the extremely large hitbox on your player character, I think it's totally possible to get pretty far in the game as long as you manage your fruit power-ups going into boss fights smartly. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time with the game today. That's going to do it for this episode of Rental Regrets. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.